say things like you channeled in, right? I fully understand what that means.
Yes.
And there may be others who are watching this who understand what you mean by you channeled that in. But for those who don't necessarily understand, do you feel comfortable in sharing what you mean by you channeled that in?
Sure. Yeah. Well, to explain this to everyone, we're all channels.
Yes.
We are all bringing frequency down through our bodies, and we can choose what type of frequency we want to bring to the planet. So like you were talking about, there's a lot of fear coming in from the humans coming out of us, that energetic output. And there's also a lot of love and light hitting the planet now more than ever, which is very exciting. And all that means is that people are consciously tapping into another frequency, a different vibration. And how do you do that? You go in through the heart and you find it here, and then you can externally tap into those frequencies that exist outside of just us as humans, which we all know, exist because there's life force energy in plants and, all around this earth. So that same frequency, that same life force energy exists in every one of us. It's just a matter of how tapped into it you are or not. And when I say that, I mean, how aware of it are you or not? Yes. And once you become more aware of it, this is the process of waking up and tuning into the high frequencies on a regular basis. Once you're, even more aware of it, you can start to tap into it. Now, I do caution, if you're going to channel or you are a channeler, I work with a lot of healers. I work with a lot of light workers in our programs and in our trainings. It's absolutely essential that you be aware of what you're channeling and what you're tapping into. Because there's a lot of people right now saying, I'm going to call on the guides. I'm going to call on the energies to help us. But my question then is, what guides? What energies are you tapping into? We could be tapping into, there's a lot happening on the other side. And so we could be tapping into, some energies that maybe don't have the highest and greatest intentions. And I also say that with love. And I think there's, an awakening in the awakening happening where we are understanding how absolutely imperative it is that if you're going to bring in light energy, that you're tapping into only the highest levels of that healing frequency, that divine energetic to bring down through you as a conscious light worker, to support the highest and greatest good on the planet. So right now there's a lot happening through media and through interesting, channels that disseminate information to the earth that have humans maybe unconsciously bringing through frequencies that are not of the highest, as we say. And if you really want to do work on the earth that is in service, high divine service, tap into the highest levels of that divine healing, love, and frequency and light, and bring that through you. Because that's what's going to be what serves. That's what's going to be the most impactful. And it's going to serve in the highest and greatest ways. Now, is it going to maybe upset people? Yes, I say that too with love, because when you bring through light, light does what light does. And light is going to illuminate. And so sometimes you'll find it does illuminate things that are not necessarily what people want to see or, deal with. And so that is something to be aware of. We talk about this a lot in our training. Again, what happens when you say you want to work with light? When you bring it through light, light does what light does. Now take responsibility for yourself and your own light and what you're bringing through, but be aware. I'm not saying to just, go, okay, well, I'm bringing through light. It's their problem, not mine. I'm saying be aware of how and what you're saying and what's happening so that you can be in service still. So long answer here. When I say I'm channeling, I'm bringing in, I'm just tuning into that high frequency inside, internally, in order to bring it down through my body. And then it comes through my actions and my words and the things that I choose to create here on the earth. We're all doing it.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just a matter of what and how.
It's a beautiful response.
Yeah.
And there's no single way to do it. Many faiths, many approaches to doing it.
I love it.
There are
Love what's
many
happening on the earth.
questions. Yeah. Is it only one way of doing it? And there isn't.
No.
There are so many ways, but as you pointed out so beautifully, it's awareness. Awareness to how you are flowing it in. Responsibility for how you're flowing it in.
Yes.
You can't just come through and say, well, I told you that because you needed to hear it. Well, maybe they didn't because they didn't really ask you.
Oh, huge.
Yeah.
So important.
And so
getting permission, making sure that we talk about this in coaching school too. It's the energetic buy-in, making sure that they are, at least sitting at some level of desire to be asked that type of a question before you just ask that type of question. And that's also why it's important to go through the transformational process on your own first before you become, somebody who's serving, so that you can be the clearest channel and, bring it through that energy cleanly.
Yes. Which I feel goes back again to that whole self-love, right? If we're going to be a conduit for love, we have to first have full love for self and be a pure filter for love to flow through. And so we bring up channeling because, as you again pointed out, we are all channels. It's just a matter of what are we channeling through.
Yep.
We are all contributing to the life force that is occurring on our planet.
Yeah.
It's how conscious are we to the contribution we're making.
Totally. Yeah.
And so that's where, if we can become aware of the love we have within self and how full of love we are within self, then we are becoming that clean filter. If we think about water filters, right?
Yes.
If you're pouring water through a dirty water filter, then all you're getting is dirty water back out the other end. But if you have this clean, pure filter, then what you get out the other side, no matter how dirty the water is this amazing, pure water.
Beautiful.
And so by taking the time to transform and have that self-love, then as you're channeling in that energy, that's what you're sending out. That's what you're resonating.
Yes. And people can feel it.
Yeah.
They can feel that frequency from you before you even say a word. They can tell where you're sitting. And that's why, you can feel good vibes from somebody. You can feel energies, maybe, vibes that don't resonate with you. Trust that because you are sensing that even from a place that's below the conscious mind or above the conscious mind. And it's important because that is giving you clues. So if you're resonating with someone and you want to lean in when you're talking with somebody, you want to, lean in when you catch just a glimpse of something someone's saying, that means there's a resonance there. That means there's a connection there, and you can feel that purity. You can feel their cleanliness energetically. It's not a physical thing. It's an energetic thing.